comedian Jerry Seinfeld has come under fire for calling out lefties losing it, saying wokeness is to blame for the lack of quality sitcoms on TV. Take a listen.
You just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. Mm-hmm. When you write a script and it goes into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, that's the end of your comedy.
It's not the first time he's called out the left's toxic influence on comedy. He previously spoke out against the complaint that there's too many white men on TV, particularly on his programs.
I have noticed that most of the guests are mostly white males of 22 episodes.
Yeah,
that you've
let's get into that.
No, but you
take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. What's going on here? Oh, this really pisses me off. But go ahead. Really pisses me off. People think it's the census or something. I mean, this has got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? It's just funny. You know, funny is the world that I live in. You're funny, I'm interested. You're not funny, I'm not interested.
Joining me now is entertainment and royal reporter Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, I do wonder whether Seinfeld, the program, would even be made today, or would it be considered too risqué, too white, too heteronormative perhaps?
Right. I was just thinking that about Friends. You know, they complain that there are not enough Black characters on Friends today. I often watch The Office and think that could never be the American version, and I think that could never be made today. Even sometimes I'll watch Tim Allen's Tool Time before bed, and some of the jokes I go, ooh, that's a little edgy for today's material. But, you know, Seinfeld didn't say anything wrong, and you're right, he is getting slammed for it online. All he said is we're so worried about offending people that it's taken a hit to comedy, and comedy is not as special as it used to be. And I think if you do watch 80s and 90s sitcoms, you do experience those belly laughs, and you realize that it is hard to find content like that today.
Oh, absolutely. And it's no surprise that the best comics right now, the ones who demand the biggest audiences, Dave Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, are very much not politically correct. They do not give a stuff about offending people. They just worry about what's funny. And I do wonder what a modern Seinfeld would look like. Would we have to have, I don't know, Kramer be gay or a pansexual? Elaine would probably have to be black or Hispanic or some ethnic minority. George would probably be disabled. Jerry would be non-binary and on the spectrum. I mean, you could just imagine all the different characters you would have to be properly inclusive and reflecting of society. And that's all fine as long as the product is still funny. But sadly, these days, they seem to be so preoccupied with ticking boxes, they forget about the actual quality of the writing. Now, let's talk about Taylor Swift. Her latest album has come out, and the clips of the listening parties of her fans, oh my gosh. Now, this is going to be controversial, but some of these clips, Kinsey, are just cringe. Have a look. There are so many others like that, even people, older adults, having absolute meltdowns, emoting wildly, Kinsey, listening to this album. It's like a cult, a cringe cult.
Well, I just am constantly embarrassed for people on the internet. Like, do you not think that you might apply for a job in 3 years and somebody might Google you and stumble upon this and think this person is emotionally unstable and I don't want them working at my Home Depot? I do think she's getting a lot of hate over this album. And you and I were just talking about how friendship bracelets. This is a grown woman. I think we're hearing that grown woman on this album. So I do want to stress that when we were talking about the friendship bracelets and everything, when I was listening to the album, I thought, I wonder if Rita is hearing the grow up that I'm hearing throughout it. And analytics matter, and 2.61 million units were sold in the U.S. alone in the week ending in April 25th. So whether the Swifties are crazy or not, it's sending Taylor all the way to the bank.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the songs on the album is called Thank You, Amy. It's supposed to be a diss track aimed at Kim Kardashian, with the lyrics referring to a bronze spray tan statue and also this. And one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is going to know is about you. What do you make of this? Is this aimed at Kim Kardashian, or are people, is there another Kim in her life that she hates? Because I would be surprised if she's still worried about this so many years later. You would have thought it would be a very minor issue in her life that doesn't really warrant a song being devoted to it.
Well, there are over 31 songs, or there's over 30 songs here, I think. So I do think that this is kind of a vault and a purge, and her releasing things that she doesn't want to address ever again. I do think Kim Kardashian's nasty and mean. We saw the way she teased the Princess of Wales during the Where is Kate drama. Kim Kardashian posted all of her latex photos and said, "On my way to find Kate." So I do think she's a nasty girl. And if Taylor Swift wants to take it to her, God bless. I'm all about that life.
You're in Team Swift there, absolutely. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see a proper fight between these two, because this goes back to when I think Taylor Swift took issue with some lyrics in Kanye West's song, and then Kim released an audio, I think, of Taylor saying that she was okay with the lyrics, and then when the song was released, audio. She wasn't. Am I remembering that right? Because your knowledge on this stuff is much better than mine.
Yeah, it turned out to be edited. So that's what was so upsetting to Taylor, is that Kim Kardashian had edited it to make it look like it was clean cut. Yes, you can use these lyrics, because they were really vulgar about her, remember? They were about fornicating, Kanye and Taylor. And so that is why she was so upset. But also don't forget, Rita, that Meghan hand wrote Taylor a letter begging her to be on the Archetypes podcast, and Taylor sent her representatives to tell her she was too busy. So we love Taylor.